News, views and real estate. Buy, sell or invest. It's all covered on this show. So thank you very much for tuning in, and let me introduce our expert today who will take all your questions, Head of Research, Prop Equity, Gaurav Pandey. Gaurav, thank you very much for coming into our studio. Well, what can we say? Pick up the phone and call us if you've got a property question. You can also reach out to us on our email ID, which is so simple to remember, property@ndtv.com. And what's up on the menu card today? There's prime property in Mumbai and Gurgaon, so two big markets for you right up front. Also smart investment options in Kolkata and Hyderabad, so 4 cities covered. Next, we'll take you to Lucknow. That's an emerging micro market. Best investments in plotted development in the city, where plots still seem to be preferred over apartments. Also a special feature on Pune's hot residential destinations. But of course, today is also a day to wrap up all the big events and stories in real estate from across the country. Here's a recap of what's going on in the industry.
Investor-friendly Gurgaon will soon see a rush of industrial investments to the tune of Rs 1 lakh crore. This is expected to give major boost to employment and the economic development of the underdeveloped regions of Gurgaon and the developing areas in the vicinity. Big multinational brands from Nestle to Jaguar and Indian biggies like Reliance Retail have all queued up for their share of the Gurgaon pie. Amid increasing pressure of rising bad loans, the focus of most banks now is on recovery dues by auctioning the stressed assets. According to NPAsource.com, an online portal that auctions bank stressed assets, there is likely to be a rise of over 1 lakh e-auction transactions of properties of non-performing assets in this financial year. E-auctions offer advantages such as lower cost, greater participation, save time and allows better price realization for banks. Delhi Development Authority is mulling to allow 1 to 5% extra floor area ratio and ground coverage to green buildings. DDA is currently reviewing the Delhi Master Plan 2021, and major emphasis is on adopting environmental friendly measures of development. The Land Development Authority is working on the ways to improvise on the existing land bank of the capital city in the absence of any fresh supply. Maharashtra government has given in-principle nod for the 21,000 crore rupees elevated rail corridor project to link Oval Maidan and Virar. The project envisages a 63.27 km 2-track corridor along the existing Churchgate-Virar section and will be executed through PPP model. The project was proposed in 2007 but was formally announced only in the rail budget of 2012-2013. The elevated corridor is expected to take 30% of the load off the existing western lines. To address the shortage of skilled manpower in real estate, more than 200 Indian property developers, including the likes of DLF and Hiranandani, have joined hands with Royal Institution of Chartered Surveyors to open India's first institute for providing education on real estate. According to industry estimates, real estate industry needs around 5 million professionals every year, but only 1 million pass out from Indian institutes annually. The institute will start operating from August in Amity's Noida campus and will initially provide 3 specialized courses. Stamp papers may soon come with only 1-year validity. The Finance Ministry is planning amendments to the century-old Indian Stamps Act to curb the rampant forgery and misuse. Officials claim that many people buy backdated papers to stake their claim on properties in the future when no such deal would have actually happened on that date. If executed, this amendment will act as a deterrent to the increasing cases of land disputes.
Alright, so lots and lots of money lined up for further infrastructure in Gurgaon. So we'll start with that city, and we'll also get you Bengaluru and Mumbai landscapes and cull out some hot properties in these cities. Supriya Sethi is on the line with her first question. Supriya, hi, go ahead.
Hi Manisha, this is Supriya, and I'm currently looking for a residential property in Gurgaon location for the end use. And the property could be 2 BHK, 3 BHK under a budget of say 80 lakhs. And
All right,
I'm not
is
really
Dwarka
looking for some
Expressway
ready to move. Something under construction will also work.
Alright, Supriya, would you want to actually look at the Dwarka Expressway side of Gurgaon or this side, which is Golf Course
the main
Extension?
Gurgaon, yeah. Give me some projects, some good reputed builders for the Dwarka also, but maybe in the city of Gurgaon that will be more relevant.
Alright, so, well, 80 lakhs pretty much rules out Golf Course Extension in Sona Road, though there's nothing which will fit her budget.
Correct.
But new Gurgaon is emerging.
Correct.
It's just across the highway.
Correct.
On the other side, coming up in a huge way, and I really like that township when I
Same here. In
So-
fact, if you see the quality of existing infrastructure, It is that you just can move on tomorrow. It's
Yes.
not that it's very futuristic acquisition.
Like
of
Dwarka
road.
Expressway.
Yeah. It'll take some time. Here you have a ready to move in kind of a scenario in certain sectors of New Gurgaon. So it's a very vibrant micro market. And we have
80
culled
lakhs
out-
is a good budget?
You can get something in 2 BHK.
Okay.
And 3 BHK of slightly smaller size as well. So a quick snapshot of the market. New Gurgaon consists of sectors ranging from 81 to 86 and 89 to 95. There are about 55 residential projects with more than 27,000 inventory of units available just at about 2697 units. An inventory overhang of very healthy rate called in 8 months. If you talk about this segment, a typical weighted average price would be about 5,000 rupees a square feet, and average unit size would be about 1207 square feet. This micro market has appreciated by a staggering 64.5% in the last 2.5 years, and it's poised well to grow in the future as well, given the number of projects coming up, infrastructure initiatives coming up in that region. We have 3 interesting recommendations for you. The first is a project name called Parkview Anand from Bestech Group in Sector 81, trading at about 5,500 rupees a square feet. This project has about 720 units. It's sold off, so you'll get something in the resale market. This should get completed by next year, so you still have some amount of investment appreciation of capital as well. Parkview Anand is a luxury project and has direct connectivity on NH8 with internal roads in place, so you can access NH8 through these internal roads. The second project is a project name called Inex Flows from Vatica Limited in Sector 82, trading at 5,700 rupees a square feet. This one you can actually get even a 3 BHK of 1386 square feet, which is very rare in Gurgaon. Usually have larger size of 3 BHK. It's part of a 700-acre township by Vatica Group, so you get that integrated community kind of a feeling. The third recommendation that we have for you is a project called Gurgaon 184 from Alpha G Corp in Sector 84, trading at about 5,300 rupees a square feet. Available again in the resale market. It's backed by, this developer is backed by Morgan Stanley, so and has a good track record, so as to speak. So 3 interesting recommendations from our side in a very vibrant micro market.
All right, so that's New Gurgaon for you. This is one time that we are looking at an absolutely fresh new market of Gurgaon with 1 lakh crore of investments lined up. That's something which is going to continue to do well. So, Supriya, here's a summary of what you can look at. Parkview Ananda, Bestech Group, INXT Flows, Vatica Limited, Gurgaon 184, Alpha G Corp. And the beauty of it is infrastructure is ready here in the parts of, or at least in the complexes that we are recommending. Secondly, and more importantly, this place is so much closer to the NH8 rather than Dwarka Expressway, where actually you have prices moving on to 8,000, 9,000 rupees a square feet. Here they're all under 6,000 rupees per square feet. So that's a good market for you to look at as well. All right, our next caller is waiting on the phone line, Lima Nair. Hi Lima, go ahead.
Hi, I'm looking for a property at Bangalore. My budget is, it's 2 BHK and my budget is around 40 to 50 lakhs. And I'm looking for a pre-launch basis. You know, I can use it either for end use as well as the investment purpose after 2 or 3 years. So if you have any recommendations.
Why pre-launch? Why would you say pre-launch phase?
Because see, it's an investment purpose and you know the cost of owning will be lesser. So, you know, if I go for a ready-to-move apartment, the cost will be very high.
All right, Lima, though we do worry about pre-launch projects because, you know, the roadblocks to completing a project, even for a very reputed developer from pre-launch to getting all the clearances and getting the project off the ground, it's a long one. Yeah. He's shortlisted 2 in his mail. He sent those as well. There's a Tata project and there's DLF Woodlands and Tata New Heaven.
Correct.
Spelled as Hevan.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Interesting
very nice.
spelling. Yes.
Yeah.
So, any of these 2 projects and anything else that you have for him?
So first, a quick before I come to specific query, he had this point of pre-launch, you know, and it is very interesting as a topic in itself. It's endless. But just to give you a quick snapshot, if you're talking about end user markets, you know, let's say Bangalore, you know,
then it's not a worrying market.
It is not a worrying market, but I would still say from investment side also, it's better to buy closer to completion. Why? Because if markets, in end user markets, price appreciation moves faster closer to completion, because buyers are mostly end users. So they are willing to pay that extra back that time. So your appreciation is faster than in, say, markets like Gurgaon and Noida of the world, where it is more investor-led. People like to take a bet right at the pre-launch stage, because developers would be increasing price and they will be able to exit fast.
Okay.
So
all right, that's an interesting insight. But I think here there is a constraint of money, which essentially means he doesn't want to invest at bulk right now, but go staggered in payment. Can we give him something?
So first, he has shortlisted 2 projects, DLF Woodlands and project by Tata Housing called Tata New Haven. Woodlands is a good project, but it's located in a location called Rajpura, which is near Electronic City. He has a reasonable budget, so he might as well look at certain better locations of Electronic City, which we're going to recommend in the course of the discussion. As far as Tata New Haven is concerned, it's a good long-term bet, not very immediate. But if you're looking with that kind of a investment appetite, you can perhaps look at.
You said long, which is what, more than 5 years?
I would say, rationally speaking, if you look at, unless you're a speculative investor, you should look at 5 to 7 years, any which ways case. I mean, yes, there is actually an evident greed of any investor.
But in this case, he definitely needs to have a 5-year horizon.
5-year horizon, easily.
Fair enough.
So talking about these 2 micro markets, one is Tumkur Road, where Tata's project is, and the Electronic City, where our recommendations are. The total about 4 projects in Tumkur Road, 13 in Electronic City, a total supply of 1592 units in Tumkur Road, 3226 in Electronic City. Available units are about 11 and 13 in Tumkur Road, and about 1325 units in Electronic City. The inventory overhang of the market that he has chosen, Tumkur Road, is about 30 months, slightly higher than the ideal range. Electronic City at a very healthy range of 12 months. This is a mid segment. The weighted average price for Tumkur would be about 3444 per square feet, whereas for Electronic City it would be 3530 per square feet. The average size of a 2 BHK would be about 1136 square feet. Tumkur Road has appreciated about 26% in the last 2.5 years, whereas Electronic City has appreciated about 30% in the last 2.5 years. The project called Tata New Haven is by Tata Housing, located off Tumkur Road. It has about 1800 units, phase 1 about 380 units. 2 BHK size would be about typically like 966 square feet. It was launched last year, so given that he's looking at part payment kind of a methodology, thereby this project can suit his purpose. Units are available from the developer directly. The second part of the query is where we've given some recommendations. The first recommendation that we have is a project called Patel's Mondo 3.0 from Patel Realty, located in Electronic City, trading at about 3,500 rupees a square feet. Total units at about 600. A typical 2.5 BHK is something you can actually try and afford, which is about 1,060 square feet. It is launched in 2010, but has still amount of construction to continue, so you can still get a good payment plan structure. The second recommendation that we have is a project called SGF Fiesta Homes from SGF Prime Corp. Electronic City is the location. Price per square feet would be about 3,500 rupees a square feet. Total units at about 380. This was launched in 2011, and towards sometime later part of 2014, this should be completed. Units are again available from the developer.